So Batman, where exactly are you beyond from?
The unknown of the future.
Bestow Productions presents Creative Continuity at New York Comic Con Special Edition 2014. Get the latest news directly from cosplayers, artists, and writers. Tune in for Creative Continuity's coverage of Special Edition NYCC. We bring the convention to you.
What's that future like?
Quite adventurous, I can tell you that for a fact.
Is it fun adventurous or dangerous adventurous?
It's both, which that makes it awesome to be Batman Beyond.
I'm here with Tony Bedard. How are you doing today?
Doing great, thank you.
I guess you get to really connect with your fans and really talk to them and have a chance to answer all of their questions and sign all of their comic books and really get to know your fans.
Right.
Because you have a chance to do that.
Yeah, and this is a great treat actually, because most of the time when we're making comics, all of us are working in our basement somewhere, or, you know, wherever we have our studios, and we're like hermits, you know, we don't get a chance to actually connect with the people who are the end users of what we're making. Most of our contact is with our editors, and so it feels like you have an audience of one sometimes. And it's just nice to be reminded there's actually somebody on the other end who might be enjoying what you do.
Okay, nice. So I see you have Supergirl over here. What can you tell us about that?
Well, I've been doing the Supergirl series since issue 26, so not quite a year. The big thing that we've done on the book is that she's a Red Lantern now. So actually, ever since they relaunched the DC Universe, Supergirl has had nothing but trouble. She's just not gotten any sort of breaks, and so she's kind of an angry character. And one thing that we wanted to do was make her back into a little more of a positive character, but this was a good way to try and do that, by sort of having her bottom out. So she's become like this Rage Lantern, a Red Lantern, and weirdly, I think that I've had more fun and more opportunity to do like light moments with her as a Red Lantern than we did before. But in any case, we're having a good time with her. Actually, the new artist on Supergirl is seated at the next booth here, Emanuela Lupacchino, who's this very pretty, young female artist. That's a real rarity in the business, and she is amazing. She really gets this stuff. I
see you also have here War of the Green Lanterns. What can you tell us about that?
Well, while I was on the Green Lantern books, there was actually 3 different ones, and we all had them sort of working in lockstep. So every year we'd have an event. War of the Green Lanterns was where the Earth Green Lanterns had to fight the rest of the Green Lantern Corps. There's thousands of these Green Lanterns across the galaxy. And so after that happened, then all of them got together and fought against the Guardians of the Universe, who are these little blue magic guys that created the Green Lantern Corps. So it was always something, you know, these guys never had a moment's peace.
Are there any future projects that you're going to be working on?
Well, actually, yeah, but there's one that I just signed an NDA for. You know, we have a big event coming up at DC, and I'm going to get to do 3 of the series associated with it, but it's all very mysterious right now.
Top secret.
Yeah, I just know that it's 3 of my favorite characters, and they're characters that are not being seen currently, so I'm kind of excited about dusting them off and having fun with them. Just keep reading comics and having fun with them. You know, I don't think that comic characters have ever been this prevalent in pop culture. It's just great to see everybody come out and enjoy this stuff. And this has been Tony Bedard on Creative Continuity, and it's been my pleasure to be here.
I'm here with Emanuela Lupacchino. I also heard that you've done the new artwork for Supergirl.
Yes, I did.
Can you tell us anything about that?
Yes, I've started working on Supergirl a few months ago with the Red Lanterns crossover, and I've drawn her with the new costume, the Red Lantern costume, and she's totally different character while she's being a Red Lantern. It's a very interesting story. I really enjoy the book.
Is there anything else that you're currently working on?
Oh yes, I actually am working for Dynamite, for Dark Horse, DC and Valiant at the same time.
Wow, that's a lot of projects to take a look at. Yeah, a lot.
Yeah, but I'm mainly doing cover art for the other publisher because Supergirl keeps me very busy.
Do you have a favorite that you loved working on or that you love currently working on?
Well, I love several characters. One of my favorite was actually Supergirl, so I'm very happy to be working on the book. But I definitely love Thor as a character, and I've done a story a few months ago, and it was great.
What work did you enjoy doing the most? Is
The cover art is for sure one of my favorite work, because it's like an illustration, so I have more time to take care about the composition, the details. It's a complete work.
I'm here with Emanuela Lupacchino, and you're watching Creative Continuity.
Hi, I'm Mark Aronoff, and I'm here with Frank Cho.
My Avengers run? God, that was about 6 years ago, so it was fun. That was the whole Ultron storyline that Brian Bendis wrote. So I think some of that is going into the movie, I think. So actually, I have no idea.
Are you excited for the new Avengers Age of Ultron?
Yes, I am. Actually, I'm looking forward to it.
And you've seen the last Avengers?
Yes.
What'd you think of it?
I loved it. Up until Captain America 2 came out, it was my favorite Marvel movie.
Captain America Winter Soldier was very good, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, that's the new benchmark for superhero movies.
You did illustrated work for Jeff Loeb's run on certain work.
It was the new Ultimates, which is basically Ultimates Avengers. That was with the whole Loki and the invading Manhattan. So that was a fun one too.
You were doing work on Savage Wolverine. You've done a lot of illustrating work. This one you wrote and illustrated, and how did that work out?
It was great. I mean, Wolverine was one of my favorite characters growing up, and when Axel called me up to do write and draw Savage Wolverine, I jumped at the chance. So it was kind of like everything I wanted to see in Wolverine. You know, it's the Wolverine that I grew up with. You know, so where it was pretty much like fun and action superhero story. And
so you were a big fan of Wolverine, and probably still are a big fan. Did you also like the X-Men instead of just Wolverine?
Yeah, actually, I did like the X-Men until I got out of it when it started getting really confusing with all the multiple time jumps and all that. But I was a huge X-Men fan in the 80s when Paul Smith and Chris Claremont was doing it.
The Savage Wolverine, is that part of the same continuity as the Marvel Universe?
Not really. I mean, it was something that I think Savage Wolverine was built as out of continuity storylines, so that would give more freedom for writers and artists to do their take on the character. Whether they're going to revisit my storyline that I set up is up in the air, so I have no idea.
The current story of the Wolverine, he apparently has 3 months to live, and they're going to kill him off. And does that have, any impact of the story that you've done and what it might come to?
Nobody dies in comics. He'll be back.
Especially the fact that he's Wolverine, right?
Yeah, exactly. No, it had no impact on the current storyline. It was just out of continuity, so it was it's not any way connected to the current storyline.
And what is your opinion on all these comic books killing off their main characters and bringing in new characters to replace them, and then just bringing back the main characters again? Do you think that's something they should keep doing to spice things up, or maybe they should leave the characters killed off if they're gonna kill them off in the first place?
Yeah, I'm kind of from the old school. Like, if someone dies, they should stay dead. Yeah. But it seemed to be working. So I really can't say anything about it. Because it's working. People still buy it.
What was the inspiration of using Shanna the She-Devil for Wolverine?
I want to draw a hot chick in the story.
And what are you currently working on right now?
At Marvel, I'm working on Guardians of the Galaxy Annual #1. That's coming out in August. And I'm working on Drawing Beautiful Women art instruction book at Flesh Publication. And I have like 5 other creator-owned books that's going to be launched end of this year and next year.
I'm Mark Aronoff, and this has been Frank Cho.
future. So what brought you to Comic-Con?
Well, I'm a big comic collector, and what better way than to collect comics from the past so that in the future they can have existential value.
That makes sense.